Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I'm out at Julius Kleiner Park. I have the Mini 3. I just did the latest firmware update, the 01.00.0400 update that gave us vertical shooting, MasterShots in vertical shooting. So we're doing this whole video in vertical. I'm going to take off here and let's go out on a little flight. It's a really blustery, windy day, so this will be a good test of this drone. Let's see how it does, and let's see if we can do maybe a master shot or two in vertical shooting, and give you a look at the park. That the leaves are really getting blown off the trees. So let's take off now. Okay, so there we are, and one of the things that I noticed that immediately did is it turns off Wi-Fi, which drives me crazy. So then you're not connected to the maps. You can manually turn it back on, but it's kind of a pain. I'll tell you what, I want to do a droney, but I'm going to do it from the other side here. So let's turn the drone around. Let's go the other direction, and yeah, reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And there's the little guy. We are just in normal mode. And boy, I'm watching the drone deal with the wind up there. It's definitely pushing the drone around. It is a windy day today. So let's quit messing around. Let's get out here and see if we can find a good subject for our master shot. And I think I know just the place to go here. One of the things that I've shown you guys before is they're doing some work on some pickleball courts up here. They just installed, I should say, some pickleball courts. And I was on a walk a little while ago and I saw they were doing some work over there. So if we can maybe get a master shot, center that up on the pickleball courts. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to bother anybody. So yeah, good place to be. Let's go. I'm going to have to stop recording, so stopping recording now. And boy, the wind is really coming up. We're testing out the wind resistance on this little drone. Clicking on the film strip, I'm going to go into Master Shots, and there it gives us that animation that I don't care for. But we should. What I'm not seeing is where you choose the size of the master shot at the bottom. Yeah, it's not giving me that, is it? So I'm going to go out. I'm going to click back into video, then back into master shots. And yeah, it must only do one size, because you know it'll give you large, small, etc. It's not giving me that. So at the bottom of the screen. So I am just going to click start, and let's just see what happens here. Oh yeah, you know what I didn't do? Dummy me, I didn't set the point of interest. There we go. So I'm setting the point of interest, and there, if I click down, then it'll tell me. So let's just do small here. We're going to do small on these, and I'm even getting a few raindrops here, so small and width. We're going to go to small and check that box. And I just thought height, I'm going to go back into that, and I'm going to move that back up to medium, because I want this thing to be plenty high off the ground. So let's check the box. It says it'll take 2 minutes. Sorry for that false start there earlier. Anyway, here, well, let's click the start button, and we'll get that vertical video here and give you a look at the new pickleball courts that are going in. And yeah, it's doing its droney. First thing that it always does. And it's gaining in altitude like it should. Wow, it's doing quite a droney. It's definitely going out there. So now it's doing a far circle. And it is. And you know, this is kind of a cool day to do this because of the clouds look good, and I think it's just a good way to frame it. Now I will say this, the wind is a little bit of a concern with a mini drone like this. If I was flying the Mavic 3, I wouldn't even be worried at all. But this little guy, you know, but it seems to be handling it okay. And we've had some pretty good gusts of winds here. It's not giving me any wind warnings or anything like that. So, and we're just about halfway through. Circle medium. So what I see them doing down there is it looked to me like they were putting in new sprinklers for those pickleball courts. So I'm quite sure that they're probably going to put grass. They're just going to relay sod around the courts there. That's what it appears to be to me. So here we'll get that rocket where it should go, keep it right in center frame and kind of go over the top of it. Pretty cool. We're about 3/4 of the way through. Camera down, fly forward. Yeah, so a little bit of vertical video. The cool thing about also is I have the endurance battery on the little Mini 3 right now, and yeah, you just get so much battery time with this thing. There, boy, and you can look at our storm clouds off in the distance. Look at that. That's a great shot right there. It also gives you a good shot of the park and how we're losing the leaves off of these trees really fast. Okay, that is complete. So it'll move back to it's returning to where it started at. So we'll let it do that. And then I've got another idea here. Oh, I see they're moving around in their little bobcat there on the other side. So looks like they're getting to work. And it should be almost at a spot. Yeah, there it is. So we are going to click on that little star MasterShots thing. Click on video again. Let's start recording. And let's turn this guy around and let's grab another one. We got plenty of battery here, so let's do another MasterShot. And if I get out, like, for instance, let's go on the other side over here, and there's one of those sculptures that I think might be worth taking a look at. I like it because it's in the middle of a labyrinth, and I just think it's a neat setting the way they set that up. You guys have seen me fly there before.
Aircraft entered altitude zone.
So here is the sculpture, and we're at 10 meters per second. So here's the sculpture right here. And again, in vertical video. Okie dokie, stop recording. Let's set the base of the, well, let's go into MasterShots first. Set the base of the sculpture as our point of interest, maybe. There, it got it. And I'm going to reset everything to well, I'm going to go to small here on height. And let's see how well it does there. So let's click start.
3, 2, 1.
This should be a good one. And it's pretty cool how this guy how it adjusts its position. And I'm sorry there, I had a couple of other things thinking about there. But adjusts its position and then does the droney here. And like I said, I really like this sculpture. So I don't know, you know, this is supposed to be small. I guess it didn't do as far of a droney as it did before. But there is something to this vertical look and that is more dramatic, I think, with these MasterShots. Because you do get a lot of the sky and the, you know, it's pretty cool. Boy, here's some military aircraft off in the distance. You can always tell the military aircraft because they boom pretty loud. Like I said, so I was out here 5 days ago filming around this same sculpture, and those trees still had a fair amount of leaves on them, and look, those leaves are almost all gone now. So medium circle. we're down to, that's the cool thing about this drone. Look at that, we've still got 36% battery. It is, you get spoiled by the battery life of the Mini 3 and the Mavic 3. Just amazing. This is a great park to fly drones in just because there's so much to look at. There's so many of these points of interest and things like this that you can take a look at in these patterns. I just think it looks really good. And then that last shot is just great. I mean, look at that. We get the sky. You get part of the landscape in the sun, part of it in the shade from the clouds. Yeah, beautiful pattern there. Just looks really good. So it's returning now to its to where we started, and then we'll go back into video, and I'm going to try one more thing, and then we're going to bring it home. So let's go back into video, start video, and I am going to I'm going to change that camera into normal mode. Maybe I have to stop video. Switch the camera into normal mode, start video again. Let's grab some height, pick up the camera, and I'm looking at this street right here, and you see these cars going by. On this street, what happens is, this is not a terribly well-traveled street, but it's right here by this CarMax. So what I've seen people do is they'll test drive their cars down this street. So let's get kind of over the sidewalk here. They kind of use it as a drag strip, and clearly the police have seen that too. I'm dropping the camera down here so I can see. In fact, I see I do not have my my usual grid lines on there. That must have been in the firmware update. So I'm going to go into camera, and in fact, histogram. Let's turn that on. I always have that on, and we're going to turn on all the grid lines. So when we did the firmware update, it evidently got rid of that stuff. But anyway, so now we're kind of over the sidewalk. Let's drop this drone down a ways. And let's kind of get over the grass here. Oh, that's a little too far. Pick it up, and you see that, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, there looks like there might be some street signs in the way there, but yeah, there's a so let's turn around, let's look behind us, and there are no cars coming. Let's look the other way here, and I want to head towards this radar here. Yeah, no, it's not going to let me. Yeah, I need to grab some more altitude. Yeah, I'm going to have to get closer to do that. Well, I wonder if even this high. Let's move forward. What I wanted to do, yeah, it's not letting me. We're shooting through too much terrain here. So let's pick it up. Maybe. There we go. I got signal back, and let's bring it back to us. So what I was going to do is I was going to see if I could set off the radar on that street sign there. They've got one of those speed check radars, and I was going to see if the drone would set it off, but I'm too far away here to do that. Okay, bringing the drone back to us. See if we can get a successful landing on a windy, blustery day here. And we'll do our conclusion. And that's me just off in the distance over here. There I am, sitting down there by that picnic table right there. Let's drop the drone down as we come. And there it is. See how close we can get this guy in. And it's squawking. So I'm going to turn off obstacle avoidance for a second here. maybe. Ooh, it's starting to rain. I'm clicking on the, yeah, it's starting to rain pretty good here. So let's click off. Let's get this done and get the drone landed. So anyway, okay, sorry about that. I got distracted there for a second. It is starting to rain here. But anyway, we tried out the vertical video in MasterShots, and it worked well. And I think it gives you kind of a different perspective because you get more of the sky in the shot. And on a day like today where you got a lot of clouds, I think it was pretty dramatic and it looked good. So before it starts really raining here in earnest, I'm going to land this guy. I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I absolutely appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Hey, okay, I struggled with that landing a little bit in the wind, but she's down now.